Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music. I myself am a musician, so I like to dissect these a little bit more than your average Joe Schmo or plain Jane. This is a PayPal request, a series of birthday requests for Anthony. Happy birthday. Warframe, old friend. This is now my second time checking out Warframe, and I'm not going to ruin it, but the first one left me with an impression. That's not vague enough. Regardless, this is Old Friend from Warframe. Never played this game, don't know anything about it. Let's go. Where is this gonna go? This is so wild, bro. I think it's safe to say that the song is going to stay in this realm for the rest of this song. That was a weird, abrupt stop. Okay. Hey, how's everyone doing? Well, let me start off with what I originally was gonna say, and then I'll just branch off of that. The first thing I was gonna say is that this is my second time hearing Warframe. So I was originally gonna say that's completely different from that's completely different from the Warframe I just checked out. Like, completely different. And then that quickly turned into that is the most unique song I've had on the channel, period. Complete ambience to the T. There is nothing going on here. It's just pure feeling of angst and paranoia, you know, especially with the song title Old Friend. That sounds kind of like deceiving, almost like mockery. That is the most different thing here. And I'll say this. Clearly it was musical, right? You know, there was keys, there was pulsating, there was, you know, it was a song. It wasn't just noise. It was a song. It was structured, it had, etc. But this is not something that I would like freely listen to on my own. I wouldn't just like hear it when I'm working. I wouldn't hear it like when I'm driving. This has a very specific setting to it. Like, you use this kind of music for pure emotion and like just ambience, I guess. You know, you're setting the mood straight up. And if I had to like say like 1 out of 10, like 1 is like horrible and 10 is like masterpiece, or you know, it's a big scale, but I would say I'm like around like 5 or maybe even 4. Not to say that it's a bad song, it's just something that I wouldn't like listen to freely. But that being said, this is so far the closest I've been to like not liking something, so relax. But let me explain something. That being said, I can almost guarantee you that with context, that would be incredible. But I don't know the context. Anyone who knows this with the context, they're probably just like, oh dude, he doesn't understand, he doesn't get it. If only he knew. And I would agree with you there. This requires context. Without it, show this to anyone, and they'll probably have the exact same reaction that I did. They're just like, huh? Like, okay. You know? Musically, it is impressive. The volume swells, the use of the synth, which is subtle, but it's there. It does its job, is what I'm saying. So if it gets this reaction out of me, then it did its job, right? I'm assuming that is what it's meant to have people feel, is what I'm feeling right now. Kind of uncomfortable and confusion and paranoia, that kind of thing. That's why I feel that context in this case, in every case it's important, but in this one it's like required. You know, especially with the song name, this ominous ass image, and then just that ominous ass song. You need to know what's going on here. And, you know, I'm not gonna like count that against it or anything, but you know, on the music, strictly music side, it's just, all I can describe it is just like, it's just there. It sticks out so much, yet doesn't. Is that weird? It sticks out because in contrast, it sticks out, but it also doesn't because really nothing's happening. So it's not that I don't like it, but I don't hate it. It's just, it requires, you know, you can't have the sandwich without the bread. I just had like the ingredients and I just shoved them in my mouth. I didn't have the, you know. So that's the only way I can describe it. But, excuse me, in that regard, I will say this. I'm at a point now, even before I started doing reactions, I was at a point where I felt like I've heard everything done in music, right? I felt like, oh yeah, there's only so many chord progressions, only so many notes you can play. And then I started doing these reactions, and that's kind of why I started, because I wanted to hear what I've been missing. And then I started opening my eyes to like, oh, maybe I still get surprised. And then even after all these reactions, for this to hit me in that way, then it also just shows me that the journey is far from over. So even still to this moment in time, I'm still being surprised and caught off guard. The moment I start getting bored and predict stuff is probably when the channel comes to an end. So do not mistake my lack of enthusiasm for this track for, you know, not liking it. It's just, I think in fact it did its job and mission accomplished. I feel weirded out, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to do. If not, holy crap, can I not wait to figure out what it's for. Please tell me. But that, in contrast to the song I just heard from the same game, and then in contrast to the rest of my catalog, sticks out big time. Do I like it? No. Do I hate it? No. It's just there. One day, I'll check out the context. And there's a chance I might change my mind. But at the same time, does it really matter? You know? Like, you guys wanted to see how I reacted to it. So, that's how I reacted to it. That is my... That's what was fed to me. Very interesting. And I love being surprised. So, thank you. Happy birthday, Anthony. Please let me know more about this game. And I'm so confused and just so many questions regarding this game now. Not even just that song, but Warframe in general. Like, So, with that being said, if you have a request, you can you can hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. Neither are necessary, but they just guarantee that I will check out your song and dissect it quite a bit. If you don't mind waiting, just make sure it's a video game song, please, and it's from the game itself. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You feel free to join the Discord right here if you want. I'm in there, and so is my community. Until next time, dudes and dudettes. Hopefully the next Warframe is not too long. I will see you later. Take it easy.